Okay, hello. I want to welcome you to day three of our ongoing training series talking about our two-in-one mini e-commerce stock creation training. And today is day three. Our focus shall be on domain name and hosting registration. And today we shall be looking at the practical step by step of how to register or how to buy your domain name and hosting, or how to can better put it, how to register your domain name and hosting. And under this, we shall be using Smart Web as our domain name registrar and our hosting provider. Reason why I'm talking about this is that I want to consider if you are low in budget of between 5,000 to 6,005. Let me put it that way. So you are in low in budget of 5,000 to 6,500 naira for your domain name and hosting for 12 calendar months. Then I will recommend Smart Web. That is, with 6,500 naira, you get a domain name, either .com.ng, .com, or any other extension, basically .com.ng or .com. With 6,005, you should be able to register your domain name and hosting for 1 year, that is 12 calendar months, because domain name and hosting is renewable. It's just like the way you renew your rent every year, so also your hosting, you have to renew it every 12 calendar, after every 12 calendar month. And the same thing with domain name, you have to pay renewal after every 12 months. So if you are just starting, I will advise that you go for Smart Web. With 6,500 naira, you should be able to get domain name and hosting that will last you for 1 year, which is whether you are buying domain name .com.ng or .com, whichever way, then you see the practical time. And so under this, we shall be looking at domain. We are going to learn how to check for domain name availability and how to register our domain name registration, and also name server. What may prompt you for name server? Why you may need to set your do name server setting. And also we are looking at domain name propagation. So having said this, like I said, that we shall be using Smart Web as our case study. I'm doing this because of our newbie that doesn't have enough capital. Why? If I ask to go for international or foreign domain name and hosting registrar, talking about Namecheap, you'll be spending nothing less than between 16,000 naira to 20,000 naira to get started. And now if you don't have up to that, that is why I'm recommending Smart Web. So with Smart Web, you can do your domain name and registration with 6,500 naira. Then if you want to go international, then if you want to go with Namecheap will cost you something as much as domain name and hosting will be costing you. Let's say your domain name, Namecheap said their hosting for $2.8, and $2.8 times 12, that is $34.56, and at this present exchange rate, let's say times 450, that is 15,000 naira. So and then if you are buying domain name, let's say .com now is not less than 4,500 or 5,000 naira. Let me say maximum 5,000 naira. So plus 5,000 naira, so that is 20,000 naira. But if you are going for .com.ng, .com.ng is 1,100, so that plus 1,100, that is 16,000. But averagely, either you are going for .com.ng extension or you are going for .com extension. So just prepare between 16,652 naira or 20,000 naira for whatsoever. So if you are going for .com.ng, then you have some change out of 20,000 naira. But if you are going for .com, then you have to source your 20,000 naira probably with some change on top. Okay, but like I said, this free training or this video will focus on Nigeria domain name and Nigerian domain and hosting registrar. And like I said, we are going to be concentrating on smart web. So with smart web, if you are going for smart web, 6,500 now will take care of your domain name registration and hosting for 1 year. And after that 1 year, you do renewal again, spending like 6,500 depending on exchange rate. Like I told you that we have a sample. We are looking at domain smart web, but some people use Google's and some people use domain key. But for this training, we are using smart web. Okay, so now we are going to go into the practical term of how to use smart web to register our domain name, and then we use it to check availability of our domain name and to register our domain name, how to set our name server and many other. Okay, so having said this, and also I want to share with you, we'll be doing the process. For example, now if you are just coming up, you are just trying to register a domain name and you want to use name server, you can do me a favor by using my referral link. If you buy through this link, number one, they will just give me some token for referring you to them. Okay, so you just feel like, if you feel like using my referral link to register with smart web, in case you want to use them, then you are feel free to use this link on the screen. Of course, I will add it to the document that I will add it to the other document that will upload, so that in case you want to use them, well and okay. So if you feel like using them, and they will only compensate me for referring you to them. Okay, having said this, now we want to do a practical step by step of how to check for domain name availability, register our domain name and hosting, and also do name server setting, and also waiting for propagation. Now I will copy this. If you are just registering and then you want smart web to compensate me for referring you, copy this link. So let's say if I were you, or I want to position myself for this practical class, is like, okay, I refer someone as using this link. So if you are using this link to register, just copy it like I copy it now, and let's go to the screen, our browser. And before then, this is the domain name that we want to register. Or let's say let me say e-commerce tutorial. Let's call it tutorial. So e-commerce tutorial.com.ng, or I may decide to say e-commerce tutorial.com. So if you are buying .com, you'll be paying, I think, something like 4,500 naira for hosting. Now for domain name, yes, for domain name, if you are buying .com.ng, you'll be paying 1,100 naira for your domain name, apart from your hosting. So all this, you see it now. You see the difference between all the extension. Okay, so without having said this, let's move on. Now we lock on, and then let me open a new tab. And don't forget that I have picked this. I will pick this referral link. So if you want a smart web to compensate me for register, for referring you to buy domain name and hosting from them, so you can use this link. So I will open my browser, Google Chrome, and I will paste it here. You can see now, paste it here, and I will click it, and automatically it will load. You can see now, this is smart web, as you can see on the screen. So now, one thing first, we want to search for domain name. Can you see it now? Find your domain name. So now, if you want to find your domain name, what you need to do is just type here. Don't forget that what we want to look for, we want to search for this, what we want to register. This is our domain name. Don't forget, this is our domain name. e-commerce tutorial. This is our extension .com.ng, and also don't forget the same thing, .com is our extension. So now this is what I want to register. I will now copy this. I'll come here, I will paste it here. So after I paste it here, now you see .com.ng I want, or .com. And if you look at the screen down here, look at it now. Can you see it now? Look at it. Can you see .com is 4,800 naira. .com.ng, you can see it now. .com is 4,800 naira. .com.ng, look at it now. .com extension, this one is, I believe you can see it now. That is 4,008 for domain name. So can you see it now? If you are going for .com, can you see, like I was saying that it's 4,005, no, it's 4,008. Okay, 4,008. And now, and then .com.ng is 1,001. And then we have .ng is 9,000. .org is 6,500. .biz is 8,000. .online is 1,300. So sometimes, and the question is that some people will say, what is different between .com, .com.ng, .ng, .org, whatsoever? Like I told you, it depends on what you want to achieve. But for me, if it is commercial, you want to go commercial, if what you want to do is profit making purpose, so it's either you go for .com or you go for .com.ng. And now if you are going, if you don't have enough money, instead, and there's nothing different between .com.ng and .com. Only thing that is there is that this one says .com.ng, meaning that commercial website based or located or residing in Nigeria. And also this one .com will not tell them where your website is coming from. So that's just the difference. So now even you are just starting, so I will advise you that you go for .com.ng to reduce your cost of setting up your website. If you have .com.ng, nobody care about maybe .com.ng or .com. What they are after is the service or the problem you want to solve. You see anybody asking, checking, maybe it's from Nigeria, it's from Ghana, it's from wherever. No, what they are concerned is that do you have what they want, and what you have can solve their problem. Yes, so people, nobody care about maybe it's .com.ng or .com whatever. However, if you just so keen to use .com, then just prepare for the budget 4,008 compared to 1,001. So even what matter most is your hosting, not even the extension now. So you can go for 1,000 naira, you can go for .online 1,003, you can go for .biz 8,000 naira or .org. But I will advise is either you go for .com.ng or .com. So, and if you are into business, you can go for .biz, but at least as a starter, go for .com.ng or .com if you have the budget and the money for that one, which is 4,800 naira, and that is for domain name alone. So just let's see something now. So like you say, and now let me see if I want to buy e-commerce tutorial domain name, I will now put .com. So if it is .com, I will go for it and now search. I want to search for the availability if it is available. You see now, first thing first, you search for its availability. When you search for the availability, then you will know if it is domain name that you can still use or if someone else is using it. So before they can check for availability, names in smart website, we should type this captcha, the code here, and which is ARU. Okay, so smart website, we should enter this code, which is ARU7. I think it's this V or V. Let me say VPCX. Let me try it. So just don't know if it is correct. Let's assume so. Okay. So I have entered that. I will now search again. Okay. Okay, the character is not correct. Character didn't match. Okay. So now I will re-enter it again. I think 6. HTTPAF4. Okay. So I believe you are following the process of searching for domain name availability. So we are now, can you see it now? E-commerce tutorial.com is unavailable. It's not available. So you can see on the screen. Okay, now let me look at, and then the one that is, I think the one that is available, can you see now? Can you see now? .com.ng is available. .ng is available. .i.ng is available. .online is available. .site is available. So let me just say, okay, .com.ng now. .ng. So let's see. You will see it will display. Yes, can you see that? Congratulations, ecommerce.com.ng is available. So that is that. But let's assume that I still want to use .com. I want e-commerce tutorial.com. So I will just add something to it. I may add e-commerce tutorials. So let me see now if that one will be available. That is in case I still want to use .com. I don't want to use .com.ng. So in fact that one also is not available. So let me see. Okay, so you can just play around in the e-commerce tutorial. Let me say tutorial. So let me remove RL from it, but which is not the best. I want to believe. Okay, that one is available, but it doesn't have L. So when you are pronouncing it, people will be mistaken, believing that there's L there. So, and it is not advisable. So the best thing that I can use to e-commerce tutorial.ng.com probably. So because the pronunciation, the way you pronounce is the way people will type it on the screen, on the URL. So can you see now? ecommerce.com.ng, e-commerce tutorial.ng.com is available. So, and then you can see the price for it is 4,000. But instead of me going for e-commerce tutorial.ng for 4,000, I would rather go for e-commerce tutorial.com.ng. After all, the ng you are running away from is now part of the entire domain. So I would rather go for, since that this one is available. So like I say now, I would rather go for e-commerce tutorial.com.ng. So that is how, just let me search for it now. So that is one step to how to check for availability of our domain name. I think you get it now. So we are looking at domain name availability, checking for domain name availability using Smart Web. Now that we have seen how to check for availability of our domain name, the next thing now to do is, now how do you register for your domain name that is available using Smart Web? So we share the screen again. So I will still go back. Now that the domain name is available, now the next thing is that you can see now that you see add to cart. So I will add to cart. So that means that we want to buy the domain name from Smart Web, and but there is something remaining. What is remaining? You will now, after you have done that, you have clicked to add to cart. The next thing you need to do is click on checkout. You know that you are new to Smart Web. You are not yet a registered member of Smart Web. So all you need to do is click to checkout. After you have clicked to checkout, now they will ask you some question. Can you see now domain name? If you look at the domain name now look at this place. You see Linus Hosting. So click on this, and then under another product category. So just click on it and let it open like that. Leave it open. Linus, leave this one open. This is Linus Hosting. Leave it like that, and again scroll down and you can see now, please preview your domain name selection and any add-on that are available for them. So when you have done that, now you now see you can select this, or you may leave it. Select this one, is free. Select this one also, is free. Then the next thing now, okay, look at this one now. look at this. This is name server setting I am talking about here. No, we are talking about in the name server setting. Name server setting. Don't forget, in the last video I was talking about reason why you may need name server setting. The reason why you may need name server setting is basically if you are registering your domain name somewhere and you are registering your hosting somewhere, but since you are not ready, the smartware will be taking care of domain name registration and hosting. So leave the name server here like this, or probably let's say now you register your domain name with Namecheap. You register your hosting with name smart web, and you register a domain name somewhere. So you have to copy this, either this one, DNS Dove server. So you copy it and go and set it in the other platform where you are buying domain name from. But now, like you have said, that with what you are doing as a beginner, start with smart web that is hosting your domain name, and also you register a domain name. So you are not going to do any setting here, just leave it the way it is. No, after you have seen this one, and just leave this one the way it is. You don't need anything to set with the name server. As you can see now, the next thing is continue. When you continue, they will now take you to where they will give you opportunity that do you want to buy hosting. Now look at it now. You can now come here, domain name, and then I think okay, I think you need to do something else. So, and after that, let's see, click on okay. Now that you have seen this one, now come here. Can you see continue shopping? So you want to buy something next to it. Okay, click here. When you click here now, look at it. Linus hosting. You want to buy hosting. So we want to buy hosting, and then after you want to buy hosting, now look at the package that is available. We have we look at the we want to buy annual. So let's go down. Let me see. Price, the currency, change the currency, and then so let's finish with it. Okay, we have a standard package, we have a starter package, but just let's go with standard package. Click on other. Click on other. There is possibility that we'll be able to make some changes because we want to go for annual, not yearly. So we'll go for that. So we register domain name. Okay. Use domain name in my. Use a domain already in my shop name cart. Then click use. Okay. Now here, can you see now? Here now. You can come here, look at it now. After we have done that, the next thing we are going to do here is now you can change it. When you choose billing cycle, you can now change it here. You don't want to go for monthly, you want to go for annual. So annual is 6,500 plus free domain. So select this. So can you see it now? So can you see now that it has changed? 6,500 naira annual free domain. And if you look at it now, 6,005 plus web was server free, setup free, and the annual was server. And then the next thing to look is let's look at, let's scroll down. All of that one. Okay. So all of that one we are free, and then now click on continue. So you now see continue. Our domain name will have been added. Okay, can you see it now? If you look at it now, e-commerce tutorial, the hosting, this and this and that, and then click on continue. When you click on continue, click on continue. Now you can see now the review and share out. You look at it now, it says standard package 6,005 annual, and then Linux hosting, and then plus e-commerce tutorial.com.ng, as you can see on the screen. So and then you say web builder, pay this and this, domain name registration. So now that you have paid 6,005, domain name is free. Do you get it now? So domain name will come with it free of charge. So now after that you are done with that, you can see now that this is what we are paying. We are paying 6,005 with domain name and hosting package. Then click on checkout. So now after you have done with that one, because you are not yet a registered member, all you need to do is register your name, type your name here. Just let me say, for practice sake, I'll just write Folake. Okay. Now okay, and then let me say email address. And use let me use what can I use? Let me use just any email address. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is this now. After you have followed the process to the last step before we get here, the next thing is that this is where you have to register, because you know you are coming new. You have to do your registration, enter your name and your surname, your first name and your surname, your email address and your phone number, your active phone number. After you have done that, then if you have a company name, enter it and type it here. And where you don't have company name, it's not compulsory, it's optional, as you can see on the screen. Then type your address, street address, and then after you have typed your street address, for example, type your street address in detail. That is, we have two columns for that one. You can use this one, and the same time use this one alongside with it, and then enter your city. Either you are in Ibadan, in Lagos, wherever, and then your state and your postcode. Your postcode can decide if you are in Ibadan 0224-23402, Lagos 23401. So and then your country, you enter your country, and then this tax ID is optional. So now after you are done with that one, now where did you hear about us? Because I refer you, you can see by friend. So you can select friend, and then the number that you want to receive SMS notification from them. So you can use the same number that you use here for SMS and notification. You put it here, and again your mobile number also, if it's the same thing, just enter it here. So and after that, the next thing you can do, domain registrar information. Select that, just leave it like this. Use default contact detail above. That's just it. And now, very important here, this is where you will create your login password, because for you to log in as a member on Smart Web, you will need your email address and your password. So you have to take note. So you have to use your password that can easily remember, and then you enter your password, and then the one you confirm it here. For example, now I can just enter something and say, let me enter my password here. So you enter a password here. So combination of number and special character. You can see now it's reading out from the password is. You see now. So I will delete it. Let's go. So can you see now? It's showing how strong it is, and then you will repeat the same thing here. So when you repeat the same thing here, then the next thing you have to do is go ahead to make payment. It's either you make payment through Flutterwave, which is card payment, or use Paystack, or use bank deposit. But I will advise for instant activation. I will advise, I am conversant and I use, most of the time I use Paystack or bank deposit. So if you use bank deposit, you will see the problem. But I advise for instant activation, use Paystack. So that one, you can do that one 24/7, and then you don't need to send email to them for confirmation of your payment when you use Paystack. I prefer Paystack to Flutterwave because that is using your ATM card to make payment online, and immediately you do that, then you can have access to your cPanel information and every other thing that is needed. Do you get it now? So that is about that. So that is the process. So in the next video, we'll now be logging in to see how to access our smart web account. So I will be showing you that one quickly in the next short video, so that you can be able to see how you can maneuver or navigate your smart web account. So in the next video, that is what I will be doing. But this is just the process by which you can register your domain name, check your domain name availability, and then register your domain name and hosting on smart web using the referral link I show on the screen. You can decide to use this referral link, or you can decide to go on smartweb.com.ng and do the registration without using my referral link. But however, if you feel like you want to compensate me, or you want to appreciate me, then you can go ahead to use this referral link. You will only compensate me with token that you want for bringing customer to them. So that is where we stop in the video 1 now. So in the video 2 of today's training, I'll be showing you how to navigate your smart web account as a registered member after you have paid for your domain name and hosting. Thanks once again. See you in the next video of day 3. That's been the first of the video. God bless you. Bye.